just begun. See the lights, the nights are gonna glow. Buckle up, it's time to steal the show. Streaming live, we're diving through the blue from the cockpit view. It's all for you. Jets are lining up, the quiz begins. Fuel the mind, the prize is what you win. Streaming live, we're diving through the blue from the cockpit view. It's all for you. Jets are lining up, the quiz begins. Fuel the mind, the prize is what you win. Welcome into the departure lounge. Flying high, the love will never drown. Christmas jet and battle of the livery. Tune in now to soak up all the scenery. Welcome into the departure lounge. Flying high, the love will never drown. Christmas jet and battle of the lead. Tune in now to soak up all the scenery. Games we navigate, every answer pushes past the gate. Colors bursting, liveries collide. Compete with style, let your spirit guide. From runway lights to the quizzes bright, every moment here just feels so right. Altitude climb, enjoy the ride. Wings spread wide, we'll be your guide. Welcome into the departure lounge. Flying high, the love will never drown. Christmas jet and battle of the livery. Tune in now to soak up all the scenery. Welcome into the departure lounge. Flying high, the love will never drown. Christmas jet and battle of the lead. Tune in now to soak up all the scenery.
Right, excuse me. Big thank you to our channel member, John Brown. Nope.
Is it just about the blame?
It's one thing I've totally forgot to do. Cool. Right. Had a little bit of an emergency with the cat, but everything's all right now. But yes. But yes, welcome along, ladies and gentlemen, to your Saturday flight night here on the Departure Lounge YouTube channel. Hope, of course, you are doing well. Let me show you what we're on board, even though you've already seen it. As the sun begins to rise, or daytime begins to show its face. There you go, sun's risen already. We are on board. Doing a bit of a historical flight this evening. We are on the Boeing 747 SP. We are flying from Sydney over to Wellington in New Zealand this evening. Flight time should be about 2 hours and 28 minutes. Okay. So, hope you're well. Hope you've had a lovely day. Let me show you around the 747 SP. No cabin. But it's a very nice model. Wouldn't believe it's been ported over from FSX, will you? Until you get close up to the textures. But there you go. So, small plane, stumpy plane, special performance 747, however you want to describe it this evening. It's what we're on. So, it's an aircraft I actually watched a video on earlier today, which was just released at the wrong time. It is to the 1970s and 80s what the 777 LR is today, basically. Like, it was used for long range, set many records. And of course we have a 747-8 cockpit in there as well, so that'll be why, if anyone asks why there's a modern cockpit inside the 747 SP this evening, that is why, because it is basically the 747-8. No real sounds either, so don't get too excited. However, it's just nice that we're flying a different variation of the 747. But I hope you're all well. Let's say hello to those that are in the chat this evening. For example, Wayne, evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Darren Graham, evening to you. Carl, evening to you. Did I say? Did I say Wayne?
Come on. Release the brainstorm to make the motherfucking brain warm. A strange form, something kind of lyrical. Biggie the bastard, so that's kind of spiritual. Well, in God we trust, guns I bust, got that disgusting suicide thumping. And do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that I bring?
Yeah, of course, Wayne's with us, operating the Departure Lounge chat tag this evening. So I hope you're all well. Gemma, I hope you're well. Dom, I hope you're well. Says 747 Stumpy plane. SP was used for pretty much anything. You can pretty much name it as you wanted to. It would always fit. I just went for small plane. Because that's what I thought it was, unless it was special performance. Sorry, bear with. Special prick? Sure, why not? I mean, if we're not naming you now, are we? Just saying. Right, anyway. And of course, anyone else lurking in the background, hello to you. Hello. So let's get the aircraft started. And let's do this flight over to Wellington. This was a special, not special flight, it was a flight that it did back in the day. to corner up the market before the 767s came in between Sydney and Wellington because of the aircraft's very good short runway performance. So that's why we're doing this flight. We are recreating a little bit of history this evening. So let's do this. Let's get on the batteries, which is under here. We'll turn the standby to auto. Good, we've got everything working. And we'll turn on the external power. So let me know how your day was. How was your Saturday? I, again, still cannot believe how quickly this weekend is going. It's quite something. I'm absolutely shattered today. Once again, did not sleep well either. So I'm a little on the tired side today. But let me know how your Saturday was. What have you been up to today? Carl says, day been good, just relaxing with a bad back. Hope it's not too dreadful for you. Yeah, Carl says kicking off at Brighton. So basically, at the moment, Brighton are taking on Man City. City are losing. Gemma says been an okay day today. Nice and chilled, lovely. Wayne says busy sorting out stuff for train sim. Very nice. Right, APU1. Let's go and do some passenger stuff.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Let's do some catering.
Catering vehicles
Rex handling
are on
can
their
deal
way.
with us.
This parking is too small for your
And
aircraft.
then we can request some
Boarding requested.
boarding. We're not going to see passengers. Stumpy little plane. Right, nav lights on. Which at the moment don't make a bit of a difference. That's absolutely fine.
Do you want to board crew? Crew boarding starting.
Let's board crew. Carl says get in there, Brighton. Yeah, Brighton have just beaten Man City.
Your passengers boarding starting.
What do we need to do? We don't need to do too much, I don't think. Flight should already be in the system. But we can do this little bit anyway. So we are at Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee. Fireworks are now kicking off. Outside, I can hear them. I think again that's somewhere behind the house. So everything will sort itself out. We'll go for a 5 today for our reserves. 36,000 feet to do our cruise today and our cruise profile today. So our cost index will be 85. Lovely, very nice. Darren has covered Classic Motor Show at the NEC Birmingham today. Very nice. Everyone having lots of interesting things being done today. Very nice. Turn on the flaps. Our centre of gravity is there. Right, so just picking our departure and arrival runways. The arrival should be quite interesting. when we get down to yeah, there we go, that's what we want. And we're going in via why don't I see it? Evening, Sarah. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Cool. So we're going in on runway 16 when we get to Wellington. We were originally down to do Auckland, but then I was like, after watching the video on the 747 SP, I was like, oh, let's do this instead because I think this would be a lot more fun. And Wellington is known for its very windy approaches as well, going into Wellington. So I figured, why not? Let's give ourselves a bit of a challenge today. But yes, hope everyone is well. Hope you've had a wonderful Saturday. Still can't believe how quickly this weekend is going. I'm very much looking forward to sleep this evening. Hopefully lots of sleep this evening. But lots to come still over this weekend. We're back tomorrow from lunchtime for the Sheffield derby, the Steel City derby between Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday. Wayne's with you tomorrow for some more train tipping fun, with a few extra things that he's added today. Apparently we're having 440 passengers on this aeroplane, which is not true. It's not true, but screw logic, and also you can't see that. Sarah says, I burnt my duvet in the dryer, so I'm quite raging at the moment. You know what you need? You need a TikTok or a shorts YouTube video explaining just how fuming you are. Lee Clark, evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's a bit sucky though, Sarah. That. How did you manage that, by the way? There we go. So we're just waiting for some passengers to board. New schedule for the upcoming week will go out tomorrow as well. One for Dom to keep an eye on because he suggested a particular flight. Classic Sydney skyline in the background as the morning arrives here in Sydney. Dom says when? Let's say Monday. Monday, the little thing you suggested will be happening, but that'll go out. The schedule will go out tomorrow. Right, so let's change that over. Sarah says, I don't know. I put it on gentle dry and I could smell a burning smell, but didn't cop on really. Oh no. So it's just an innocuous thing that happened. Ouch. Monday is fine. Flying the rest of the week. Oh, we'll do it on Tuesday then. I did check it a few times and saw nothing until I took it out. Oh, is it that bad? Like, unsalvageable? Like, is it properly crisp? Google says they shouldn't burn. Maybe too big. Definitely still on about the duvet. Loads of burnt spots and it smells. That's okay. I wonder how that's occurred then. Of course, if there's anything you want to see during the week, I've not decided what flights and stuff to do during the week. If there's anything you do want to see during the week, places, etc., etc., feel free to let me know. Sure, there is a solar seed livery for the 737. Dom says no IL96. No, unfortunately there isn't. It's weird because we've had 4 years of this flight sim, right? And there's not been a massive amount of airplanes that have actually been released for it. But when 2024 hits, that's when it's going to be like a boatload of aircraft are going to be released for it. For example, at the end of the year, or before the end of the year, so we haven't got long to wait really, the A350 comes out. Any builds and their A350 apparently coming out for the new flight sim and before the end of the year, which is literally in the next 5-6 weeks, which is crazy. We are only 10 days away from the brand new sim being released as well, so who knows what we'll see. But one for Dom, because I know Dom keeps asking about it. Not at the moment, but he has done before. The Saab 340 will be around in 10 days' time. Lee Class coming up with one gifted departure lounge membership going to Miles. Thank you, Lee, for your continued support. Of course, one of the many ways that you can support the channel this evening. Dom says, "Ooh, love that Saab 340." I know. It's one of the airplanes I'm really looking forward to. Like, really looking forward to it. I've been crying out for a turboprop that's not an ATR for ages. Like a Dash 8 or something like that, but we've got a 340 coming, so not long to wait. So nearly there with the passengers. Apparently we're cramming 440 passengers onto this aeroplane today. I don't know how. Hello, it's British Airways. There's Garuda in the background and just landed. Dom says Logan Air, Rex, etc. Loads of opportunities. Oh, I know. Like, I think it's more the what ones am I thinking of? I'm trying to think. Obviously, you got like the Logan Air, British Airways colours, etc., which would be quite fun. Off the top of my head, Saab 340s. Saab 340s. Did Aer Lingus operate Saab 340s? Somebody please Google that for me. I'm fairly certain that Aer Lingus, their commuter division, I'm fairly certain there was an Aer Lingus Saab 340. I want to say there was. I can picture a Saab 340 in Aer Lingus livery. I just don't know if it's actually the case. Phil, evening to you, says didn't know you could drive a Saab on the flight sim, but well, turns out you probably could because you can drive a boat on the flight sim, and it is all possible thanks to the wonderful mods that people make. So if you wanted to just have a boat ride through the waves on Microsoft Flight Simulator, it is crazy. Louis Circa, thanks for subscribing, much appreciated. Lee says, did Corsair have an all-economy 747 SP? I would think so. I'm pretty sure it was. But I think we're good for pushback here. Now, there's no real sound, so I'm not too bothered with takeoff noise or anything else like that tonight. Estonian Air Saab 340. Oh. Hang on, I'm gonna have to have a quick Google just while they're attaching the tug. Hang on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Some American options as well, isn't it? Yeah, Estonia Air, Flybe, which I think was Logan Air, wasn't it, or something like that. What we got? Air Chatham's. Don't worry, that's New Zealand. That's not near that Gillingham way. Cayman Airways. Somebody I imagine will probably do a Cranfield University colour scheme for it. Otherwise, yeah, it's not a lot of civil operators. There's at the moment we got. Oh, okay, that's current ones, I think.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
That's as of 2015. So we got a whole load of different operators here. So who we got? Who have we got? The old Ansett used to do them. Blue One in Finland, Finn Aviation, Brit Air. Aer Lingus. I knew Aer Lingus had them. Japan Air Commuter, Hokkaido Air System, Kenya Airways apparently used to have the Saab 340s. Origny used to have them. Logan Air, Manx. That's Manx is in the Isle of Man, not people from Manchester. Crossair was the launch customer of them, so there's that as well. Quite a few in Sweden. There's loads of options. I'm quite excited. Quite excited about the Saab 340. Lots to look forward to. Darren Smith, evening to you. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the stream. Lots of choices for it then, says Gemma. Absolutely. In my head, I was like, I'm fairly certain Aer Lingus. I don't know why. I could just see it. I could just see an Aer Lingus Saab 340. And it turns out I absolutely could. And it's on the list. Miles, hello to you. Says I got gifted. You did. Lee Class was the one that gifted it to you. KLM City Opera apparently used to have them as well. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Bosch says, oh yeah, Bosch. We love that. Aer Lingus Commuter. Definitely. Right, let's push this aircraft back as we head out to Wellington.
Exiting from editing mode.
Release
Please
parking
wait.
brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Awkward. Can't start it without pressing the fuel pumps on, which I did not do. Cool. So we should. Yeah, numbers are going up. Beautiful, which means it's on. Cool. Yeah, evening, Miles. Hope you're doing well. Dom's gone for Esnis Airways. As well, I've not heard of them. Yeah, plenty. There's definitely some options. Definitely some options. Like I said, there's no real sounds for this one because it is a port over from Flight Simulator X. But a very good job done of it.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
So a cloudy day here in
Cockpit to
Sydney.
ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
It's a Fiji 350 there.
Unlocking gear.
So evening to everyone who is joining us. Etihad just sneaking past us there, as well as Japan Airlines. And we just touched down.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Beautiful stuff. Right, let's go for taxi and turn lights. I feel like they should be on. But we can see what we're doing, so it's fine. Lisa's Loganair operated for Flybe. They did indeed. So there's quite a few colour schemes to potentially keep an eye out for. Darren says Victor Hotel Echo Alpha Bravo flew Sydney Brisbane, and we had gear issues. Did go around and circled for 39 minutes while they fixed. Flight was a blonde Aussie babe and very friendly. I'm sure she was. Loving the info though. Flight engineer. Oh, flight. Because you put flight, I'm thinking, okay, that's fine. Miles says, why is there a cream egg here? Cream eggs are there in the chat because Gemma is known to buy massive boxes of them. So we've associated cream eggs with Gemma. Right, are we good? I think we're good. And now you've started the cream egg emojis. Alright, we've got ourselves another. Is that 330? Is that Qantas? Indeed it is. Qantas touching down. As we begin our taxi out. Like I said, there's no real sounds for this, so I'm not overly bothered by the takeoff sounds or anything else like that. Dom says that cream eggs are horrible things. Sorry, horrid things. That's totally unacceptable. Cream eggs are like the best thing about Easter. Or if you have them all year round, they're like the best thing about all year round. Singapore triple taxiing 2. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, I'm with Gemma on this one. I don't know how Dom can say that. I mean, Dom will say easily, but I just don't know how you can say cream eggs are minging. Singapore's waiting for us, which is fine. So there's a good few liveries that come with this this 747 pack of the 100, 200, 300, 400, 400 freighter and the SP. Good selection of liveries. Melanie Elrod, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Alright, here we go. So there's an aircraft coming in. I did see it. So we'll wait. Just about see. Melanie says, I got the A310 liveries and every A320 Neo livery pack. Lovely. Is that 380? It is. Right on time as well. 380 about to land at Sydney. Emirates as well. Beautiful. Absolutely boshed it. Right. Here we go. I'm going to line up behind the 380. Or are you an Xbox player or are you a PC player? Xbox. Oh, very nice. That'll explain the packs. Alright, here we go. So we're on runway 16 right. The Emirates is just down here. I think. I can just about see it. I actually can't tell if that is or not. It is. Yeah, 380's just about to turn off now. Alright, here we go. Let's get the 747 into the sky. There it goes. It was definitely that one. So let's push it back here. Again, not worried about the sounds and stuff because it's not real sounds. But here we go. Let's get the 747 SP over to Wellington. Here we go. 50%. Toga that bitch. Here we go. $80 knots checked. A V1 and Olo Tate. Positive climb. We can get the gear up. Beautiful. Again, not real sounds, but we don't care. Up she goes. We can go ahead and pop on the autopilots. We can pop on the LNAV as well. The aircraft should then. Okay, it's not doing that yet. So what we need to do is we need to also turn on TCAS if we can do that. We need to literally go to our direct. In fact, we can do. Cool. TCAS. Switched on, beautiful. Just gonna go to full screen quick. Beautiful. We like that. Not a great deal of like wing flex or whatever else, but still does the does its job. So clouds in the background there look quite interesting. Skystream Aviation, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it immensely, thank you. Excuse me. Lee says that currently the flight is being done by a 737. It's what we could have opted for, but we chose against it. get those flaps up now as well. There we go, there they are in the chat. Hello Skystream, hope you're doing well. Thanks for subscribing. Literally going straight into the sun, that is really rather nice. Not quite out to the point where we can get the sun, but yeah, beautiful. We like it. Skystream says flight time. Flight time tonight is about 2 hours 28 minutes. Nicely modelled for a port over, I must say that. We've got some filters on as well to make the make the whole thing look a little bit more nicer. Skystream says, do you have a good flight route? My first flight back on YouTube. Well, here's what I'm about to do. Here's what I'm about to do. Let's have a look. Do the channel. Okay, I see you've got 444 subs. You can make that 445. And you play. Okay, you play Aerofly. So for those that don't know, Aerofly is a bit like a mobile simulator. What could you do though as a flight? New York to St. Martin. There we go. How about that? New York, St. Martin, Delta. All right, folks. Let's help another streamer out. Let's give Skystream Aviation a follow on the YouTube. Dom says he's feeling generous, but yeah, make the most of that while you can. It's not often that happens. Oh, there we go. We've got a bit of sunshine on our aeroplane, which is just making it stand out a little bit more, which is nice. But this is going to be our view for the majority of the flight this evening. Is over water. Cool, there we go. One last screenshot. Beautiful. Right, that is us then for the next, I'd say about two and a half hours, if that. Beautiful. One more sub for Skystream, and then they're at 450 subscribers. Skystream says, love the 747, 100% a nice plane to fly. Sad to see that some airlines have retired it. Sign of the times, unfortunately, but it's why simulations exist. Gives us an opportunity to fly some of the classic routes, which is what we're doing this evening. There we go. Right, let's have a look. So, annoying that they've got the horrendous default sounds. Not much you can do about that. Skystream says, what is your favourite plane? Mine is what is my favourite? Oh yeah, 757 easily. Easy 757. David, evening to you. Says, first thing I heard on tonight's stream was 2.5 hours, if that. Are we discussing the length of Wayne's career as a real world train driver? Ouch. Let the roast begin. Dom says 321 XLR has entered the chat. Nice though, you to kind of take your mind away from the stream and stuff. You actually sort of, it's nice to actually be able to be on a 747 SP, even though it's not the real thing. But suspend your belief, it'll be fine. David says, now I'd have thought South African Airways would have been your carrier of choice for the SP. Well, I mean, I was thinking about it this evening, but we want to kind of see it during the day, so I figured we do Qantas over to Wellington. But yeah, we could do South African. That could be quite interesting. Skystream says my favourite would have to be the A330, A380, 737, and most but not least the 787. Well, South African, I've got some ideas for that one. So I've got some ideas for the South African stuff. Carl saying Easter Island. I'm sure South African use the SP on domestics, or am I making that up? There was a video that I saw this afternoon of when they leased it to Mozambique, I think it was Mozambique Airways or something, and they used to fly it to Johannesburg and back from Mozambique, about an hour and a half away. But same with what Lee's put there, Cape Town to Johannesburg. That's always an option. Rob Brown, evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. We don't actually tend to fly the 747 very often either, regardless to what version it is. Daytime stream one weekend perhaps. If I'm feeling super generous, I am thinking of potentially doing like a limit on. YouTube has a limit of 12 hours, right? Just doing, I know, Johannesburg to Heathrow sort of thing. Long old trip, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. Yeah, so I would say they used it. There's one way to actually look. It's normally how I get my retro routes for the flight simulator. Believe it or not, they actually used to own, is it 15 of them? One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. 7. They flew it from Johannesburg to Durban. That's a domestic route. Skystream says you should do Dubai to Houston, MSFS2020. Houston is my home airport, but United has a hub here, so I mean up to you. That's a long old flight, that. seen that one already. We haven't done this one yet, have we? So, interestingly, in the 80s, South African flew one of their 747 SPs from Amsterdam to Gran Canaries. The Gran Canaries, which I think is quite a fascinating little route. They did fly it from Johannesburg to Windhoek, though, as well, in Namibia. That's a nice little route again. Where else do they fly to? That's Corsair, so that's no good to us. Float to Milan. Apparently, it was on loan. One of the 747 SPs was on loan to Air Mauritius, which flew Heathrow to Geneva. Believe it or not. But yeah, Durban to Johannesburg to Durban could be an interesting one to do. Otherwise, the rest of them are all like your 200s, 300s, and 400s that they had. Where'd you get the retro routes from? I like to have a good rummage around that site. It's actually called Air Fleets. If you go to Google, and then type in like Air Fleets, and then pick an airline. Pick any airline you like. In fact, I'll tell you what. Let me do one of these window things so I can show you. Hang on. I'll show you one of these route things. Hang on. Right, so window capture. Cool, here we go. This is Air Fleets. You can type in any airline you like. They won't come up with all the aircraft that they used to have. So I've noticed the likes of 727, 707s don't show up on this one. But say, for example, we wanted to look at, I don't know, let's look at their 340 fleet, right? You click on history for all the ones that are out of the fleet, gives you the regs, gives you where they went to. Can you see that? You can. Gives you where they went to, gives you the registrations. You can click on a reg, let's say this A340 here, Zulu Sierra Sierra X-Ray Delta. There are rumours apparently this particular A340 is coming back into service after being stored for about 5 years. But if you were to go all the way down, you've got flights recorded, and it gives you all the flights, or some of the flights that people have recorded. So this one goes down to 2009, where it's Heathrow to Johannesburg. You can click on the map. Gives you the flight number, gives you the distance, and shows you roughly the travelling and everything else. There you go. See that? What I do, the only thing I would warn about is I've had the IP address temporarily banned quite a few times because of my suspicious activity, which is literally just clicking through stuff all the time. So I think if you're doing like a high level of clicking on the website, it acts as like a potential suspicious activity. Also, what you can also do, if I go back to this screen here, so for example, we've got the flights of this particular A340, but if you wanted to look at the more historical flights of the actual airline itself, you click on the badge here, and it takes you through 39 pages of historical routes. Here we go. So if we go to page 39, we're going all the way back to 1974 with Johannesburg to Cape Verde Islands on the 747, and it will show you how far it is, etc., etc. Flight numbers, the date, the exact date, so 4th of February 1974, and everything else like that. So it's a fun little thing to do, and it's a nice one to come up with some like old school routes. So it's a nice one to look at. But yeah, it sort of monitors a huge amount of like clicking, and then you go, and then they sort of look at it and go, oh, you must be a bot. So then they kick you out of it. Rob says Amir of Qatar or similar 747 SP used to be regular at Prestwick back in the day. Just use a VPN. I use a VPN, and it still monitors sort of that sort of thing, and I get IP booted. Clear cookies and carry on, absolutely. We've got an hour and 52 minutes, which means we departed 25 minutes ago, so we're looking at 2 hours and 20 minutes at least to get down to Wellington this evening. Skystream says you should fly some Fly Dubai ops. Yeah, one we've not. In fact, one we haven't done on the stream is Fly Dubai. That website as well, for those that are interested, they will pick up old airlines like British Caledonian. So if I show you just very quickly, you might be able to see it, you might not. On here, it's got literally Caledonian Airways with the current logo, and then it says about being merged into such and such, like JMC. So it tells you where the airline went and who they merged into or got renamed as, sort of thing. But you can click on Caledonian, and it also gives you some suggestions for like Peach Air, British Air Tours, etc. Gives you a fleet rundown as well, so if you wanted to have a look at the only 747 in the Caledonian fleet, this is what I mean. It thinks you're a robot, so you have to constantly sort of check that you're not a robot. Thank you. And then here we go. Tells you that the 747 here went to Virgin Atlantic, but you can click on the reg, and it will give you the history of the aircraft as well. So we know that it went from Scandinavian to Nigeria Airways to British Airways for a time, British Air Tours, Caledonian, and then finished up with Virgin. If you click on see more, these are the flights that it did that people have recorded. So you can check out that they did Copenhagen to Los Angeles in 1980, or Gatwick to New York, New York to Gatwick, or Boston to Gatwick with Virgin Atlantic in the 90s. So it's a nice little thing to have. I also see
Are you ready to go shopping?
welcome, Lewis. Hope you're doing well. West Ham got a point today against Everton. Rob says Riga to Dubai in an Air Baltic A220, which could be possible. In fact, which can be possible because we've got the 220 on the flight sim now. They were gobshite. Oh, so not a good point then. Is there a DC server? DC server? DC server? DC server. I'm assuming that's supposed to be something else. Dubai to Kabul, calling it now, says Lewis. Just lucky that Everton was shite too. Oh, Everton is shit anyway, so... Yes, Lopetegui under a lot of pressure. Beautiful. So like I said, if there's anything you want to see me do during the week, I've already got one suggestion from Dom. So we'll have that at some stage. As I've said, it's Monday. We'll have that on Monday. Dom's suggestion. You'll have to wait and see what that is. But anything else you want to see me do during the week? Let's have a look here just very quickly before I mention what we could be doing. International week, innit? So we should be alright for not having to do watch-alongs. Apart from Thursday. Okay. Okay. I was waiting for that. Rob says Heathrow to Sydney in a Cessna 172. Can't take that because that's copying. I think. So I need potentially for Tuesday, Friday, maybe Saturday as well. Gemma says Osaka to Tokyo, Starfly 320. I have said I would do a Starfly flight. Let's have a look. I thought they were bigger than that. We've got 11 aircraft. I thought they were much bigger than that. Well, there is said flight. A little on the short side. That's a little better. Right. A little better. That is quite a short flight, that. I can do it, it's not a problem. Qantas EasyJet A320 Manchester to Egypt. Lee says Emirates Larnaca to Malta 777. Rob says long haul from Westray to Papa Westray. I'll use a hot air balloon for that. Okay, some interesting choices. Got to try and give Boeing some love as well. I've used a lot of Airbus recently. There is one particular flight I'm thinking of, which I won't mention, but it's a little on the long side, about 5-6 hours if that. There is one I'm potentially looking at. EcoJet La Paz to Cobija. On the Avro jet. Is that the RJ? Because the RJ has been released. I don't have it though. Hang on. Is that it? That's not it, is it? No, it's concept. I didn't think it was. Are EcoJet a real thing? I mean, it must be if Dom suggested it. EcoJets. What do they look like? Oh, I see. Okay, no, I see. Oh, so it is that one. It's this. Oh, they're a Bolivian airline. So this must be like an old CityJet aircraft then. Hang on. Is that right? That looks like an old CityJet aircraft, doesn't it? That's what threw me off, because I didn't know if it was like a genuine livery or not, but no, that is a genuine livery. They've just replaced the word CityJet. Just replaced the word city with eco, and just changed the red to a blue. There are no other pictures of that, I don't think, apart from literally that, which does just completely scream a CityJet. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Download it and see what it's like, says Gemma. I mean, yeah, I've pretty much just done that. I've pretty much downloaded it. The only reason I got confused by it was because I saw this and I was like, I didn't know if this was it because I was like, it looks a little bit like British Airways. Let me show you what I mean. This is what I thought, because I looked at it. I was like, okay. I mean, it's a cool little livery if that was it. Yeah, it's basically green British Airways, isn't it? And that's why I was like, oh. And then I was just reading all like fictional stuff. I was like, oh, okay. It's a bit like Lucky Air, isn't it? Lucky Air in China that ripped off the British Airways tail and put it red and yellow. Lewis says still not done a Cyprus Larnaca flight, LHR to Larnaca, 3:30, 2 seconds. Oh, why aren't you letting me search? It's because I spelled Cyprus wrong, that's why. Right. Let's have a look. Just nosy here at actually, I'll tell you what. We'll do it this way instead. Well, we can use a Cyprus aeroplane. Just can't use the 330. But we can use. I'll tell you what we can use. And I was so excited when I saw that someone did this. Here we go. Just for Lewis. And just for me, because it's one of my favourite liveries. How about it? How about it? Yeah. What I might try and do is at some point, either tomorrow or during the week, I always seem to have trouble with this aircraft. I don't know why. So, might see if I can get it to work. So you got a choice of the 320 there, or this is the aircraft I always seem to have trouble with. I don't know why. There you go, options. I'll tell you what, I've just remembered. I've literally just thought about it. We have done a Cyprus Airways flight before. We've done one into Skiathos. I don't care if you can't download updates. Go away. Yeah, we've done Cyprus Airways, but we did it with like the lime green or the light green colour sort of thing. Lee says, just found flight in a book I used to buy each year from 2005. Might need you for that, for the flight numbers there then, Lee, if we do that one. Rob says, in other news, read an ex-Aeroflot A320 has left Munich after 2 years on the deck, returned to Lesser after paying the $500,000 parking charge. Makes Dublin long stay car park look reasonably priced. Thank you. Thank you for the info. Lewis says, I've also had issues flying that as well. If it's the Asobo one, it is. I don't know why. It just doesn't want to fly very well for me. Do you know what I mean? If you've had the same issues as I have, then it just doesn't seem to want to fly well, if at all. It's very weird, so that's why I tend not to use it. That was the new airline one. Okay, so you were about the older one then, that we haven't done on the stream, which yet we haven't done. Always have issues with the autopilot and the FMC. It's not just me then. That's alright. You and I have got the same issues then. We're all good. So if we did it, we stick to 320. Lee says 325, 326, 332 and 333. For the Cyprus Airways flights, thank you. Sarah says, what's happening? Depends what you're on about. Is you on about like what we're chatting about, or thought I just couldn't fly it, says Lewis. Yeah, no, I've had the same issues. I've had the same issues. I tried to fly it months ago and it just wouldn't follow the autopilot stuff. But it's weird because it almost runs the same as the 300. Excuse me. Good lord. Oh, need. I was trying to fight the sentence as well as trying to get the sentence out before that came out. Then, but thank you for that. Yeah, I tried to fly it months ago, but it didn't follow the autopilot. Oh, bless your father. Thanks, Lewis. So hopefully you had a good fun. Hopefully you had good fun yesterday with Wayne's celebrations there. From last night, we certainly enjoyed it, and hopefully you did as well. Sarah says the long flights. I was only half listening. So we're just looking at potential long flights for next weekend. And I also haven't forgotten, don't worry, that we'll do Gartic next weekend. So don't worry, I've not forgotten that. Not forgotten it. The other livery, Lewis, while you're here, that we could potentially look at, if you didn't want to do that old retro colour scheme, would be this one. Which I too am also a fan of. I don't like it as much as the other one, but I like this one. Yeah, I prefer the old one as well. That's another option at least. Gemma says Gartic's going to be fun. I'm out drinking all day Saturday. God help us all. And Lewis putting duck noise, ducks emojis in the chat. God help us all. Nah, nearly joined. I just imagine you sitting there just doing the noises even though that you don't have a microphone on. That would have been quite funny. Just oh no, wait, no one's listening. I need to find my phone pen, says Sarah, so she can practice. Practice for the masterpieces that she tends to draw. I think it's pretty much a case of God help us all next weekend regardless, because of the fact that we'll be playing Gartic Phone and we all know how bad our drawings are. David's struggling to get out of a Saturday session as well. Could go horribly wrong. And it's a week away yet. Alright, so we've got an hour and 25 to go. We depart at 53 minutes. We're sort of not quite halfway over the Tasman Sea yet. Phil says, can I play? I'll bring my Etch-a-Sketch. Bring the Etch-a-Sketch, you'll be fine. Most of our drawings will look like they're on an Etch-a-Sketch anyway, but absolutely go for it. David says, I need to be in London on Monday, but think I might change the flight to Sunday. I've got something I need to attend to in the Myrtle Avenue area. More an inspection really, but sobriety might be better. Yes, we need our checkup as to whether the box is still owned by us or not. Need to know if that box is owned by us still. Green box, says Lewis. It's a box of some kind. The box may or may not end up in shared ownership by next Sunday. What do you mean shared ownership? Who else is going to be owning that box? Totally unacceptable. Oh, just for Phil as well, because Phil was on about, you know, oh, you can't drive. You can't drive cars. Or, you know, didn't know you could drive a Saab. Well, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. just hang on. Hang on. Hang on. If ever there was a need for someone in particular to get the flight simulator, not to fly aeroplanes, but to drive a bus. Yes, coaches. You can drive coaches. This is not a fake. Someone's made a coach with a load of liveries that you can see, airport city transfer buses. See, you can drive on the roads of the Microsoft Flight Sim. And if you thought that was bad, you can drive catering trucks, motorbikes, or why not get yourself a nice little transit van? I'm just waiting for the comments because I feel like there's about to be one put in there. Why not fancy, if you fancy driving a transit van for FedEx? There it is. Easy, son. So it can be done. You can drive cars and vans on this flight sim. Gemma says, "Oh, that van, does it come with a horse trailer?" Why not? Why not Ghostbusters as well? Or you can go hunting and try and get away with it too if it wasn't for those pesky kids. Royal Mail race, van man versus plane from one side of the UK to another. It's a good shout. Failing that, of course, if you don't want to drive transit vans or cars or whatever else, wait for it. There are boats. Don't say I don't treat you to this kind of shit, because I do. There are boats. There's a rubber ducky. I've only just seen that. It's a rubber duck. Right, if you fancy putting a rubber duck on the sea when it loads. There's a rubber ducky. There you go. Oh, just imagine just a whole load of those just floating in the sea. Failing that, of course, there you go. Don't say I didn't tell you. You can do mega yachts. You've got ocean liners as well. You can recreate Titanic successfully. Fishing boats, etc. And these are payware. These are absolutely payware. These are absolute payware. These are not free, apart from the duck is free. But otherwise, the rest are all. I mean, the level of detail that go into them. Why wouldn't you try a boat? Lewis says Titanic would be a good fit for Wayne. But away from boats as well. If you didn't want to do boats, you could do gliders. There's a handful of gliders there. Once they load, here we go. Something I can't say I've ever thought about flying on the flight sim is gliders, but these are all free. I'm assuming this is like an old. In fact, that's probably not a very good example, because it's not quite good enough. Detail levels, though, are pretty good. Yeah, P&O Ferry, Hull to Rotterdam. There you go. Pretty good detailing for a glider. Again, another one that's going to be pretty decent for like sightseeing and stuff. But never considered it. So there you go. Next time you want to joke about driving cars or bikes or is there anything else you can use it? No, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Anything that you want to use on that front? You can indeed do it. Fascinating. So there you go. Gemma says, I never knew there was all that on the flight sim, and at the same time as well, what they'll end up doing, from what I've been reading, is they are looking to bring trains to the flight sim as well. So they'll incorporate, I think it starts in America first, like all the train lines in America, and then you can actually have an option to drive trains on those lines. So it's, yeah, they're gonna, they've opened it up to quite a brand new market sort of thing. It is quite fascinating. Gemma says Heathrow Express. I mean, you probably could find the Heathrow Express if you wanted to. This is all going to be on 24. I imagine boats and all that I've showed will probably be on there. They'll probably get converted over or something like that. But I think the train stuff is supposed to be potentially added on. I'll have to see if I can. Let's see if I can find the article. Give me a sec. It would have been on FS, I think. Oh, no. So apparently the train stuff is already available. Oh, so you can't, right, ignore me. You can't drive these trains, these are just add-ons. But you get basically trains chugging along the line. It's pretty cool though. But it's only in America you see them. So it's like an add-on for like scenery and stuff. It's just traffic add-on. It's fine. Ignore me. Okay. Yeah, I think because it doesn't properly Yes, so it's animated rail traffic across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So yeah, I must have read it wrong when I saw it. I thought it was one that you were able to potentially drive them, but obviously not. Never mind. Yeah, no, I can't see anything else on it. But I imagine that is probably going to be incorporated into the new flight sim anyway. This will just be like things that are releasing for 2020 to kind of fill the gap for a couple of weeks. Oh, the vans are drivable, yeah. It's basically like picking an aeroplane. It would probably be compatible with steering wheel and stuff like that. So you can drive the same with the boats and stuff. The boats are drivable. So yeah, the cars are definitely drivable. But no, trains are just there for aesthetic reasons, and not what I thought originally, which was going to be a case of just like you could drive them sort of thing. Wayne says I would buy it if they did take it to the next step. Any train sim, you don't need a billion mods for a simple route to work would be an improvement. Yeah, not gonna be the case though for this one. Right, so when we get to Wellington, we've got 10 knots of wind. Broken cloud at 4,300 feet, so it's going to be quite tasty, I think. The wind is definitely picking up. It's going to get quite tasty. Lisa's China Airlines 747 SP or A300 Taipei to Kai Tak. That's another good shout. I've actually seen on one of the flight sim groups someone did that and put some screenshots up of the A300 going into Kai Tak that they were flying. Does look quite cool, and it has got me thinking. Crosswind, there's always potential for crosswind. We'll know more when we get there. We'll see what direction it's coming in. Stop bloody yawning at the moment. Wayne says, talking to trains tomorrow night is a timetable route scenario test from London King's Cross to Leeds on the 10 o'clock service. Board 91007 Skyfall. 10 o'clock service. What, 7:15? Or 7 o'clock? You're doing the 10 o'clock one at 7 o'clock? Lewis says, interesting fact, Asobo had designed the sim to have crash dynamics, but when they wrote to the aircraft manufacturers, which has the license, only some said yes, the others said no. You can also understand why they said no. So I think the only sim that really has some sort of crash animations is X-Plane, I believe. They have some crash animations. It's not proper. But again, you can also understand why crash animations aren't implemented. Wayne says, I heard train sim ask same question, then was refused when they heard I was driving. I thought I'd get that in before someone else did. No, they just came up with this, Wayne.
Release the brainstorm to make the motherfucking brain warm. A strange form, something kind of lyrical. Biggie the bad,
That's their animation.
Well, in God we trust, guns I bust, got that disgusting suicide thumping and do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that I bring?
I've written to Dovetail Games to see if they can implement that into their old school train sim classic. Haven't heard back yet. We'll update you when I hear something back. So I sent them an email saying, could you, when Wayne's playing the train simulator, could you please update or something like that, every time he crashes, play one of these noises, either this one, or this one.
Release the brainstorm to make the motherfucking brain warm. A strange form, something kind of lyrical. Biggie the bastard, so that's kind of spiritual. Well, in God we trust, guns I bust, got that disgusting suicide thumping and do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that I bring?
Lewis says, saw a great Thomas the Tank Engine episode today. Thomas gets nuked. I think Wayne was at the controls. Booyah! Shots fired. Jim says, is there a Thomas the Tank Engine add-on for the train simulator? Let's nosy together. Oh my god, is there really? Not with a face though. That someone's made the trains, but there's no faces on them. So it kind of defeats the object a little bit. And believe it or not, the website I looked on the website I looked on was called The Erecting Shop. I shit you not, that's literally what it's called. If you don't believe me, I'll pop it in the chat. It's when you click on it, it's called The Erecting Shop. There you go. Don't say I don't spoil ya. The Erecting Shop. When you click on it, that's what it says. Jim says that's your search history screwed now. No, I literally only searched for add-ons. And when you click on that site, that's all I'm telling you. Yeah, they got no faces, which I think would kind of defeat the object. It doesn't quite look the same. I think it still needs to be done though. I mean, again, it's like suspending belief, isn't it? If you can suspend your belief, then you know it's Thomas the Tank Engine. That it's playing that tune for Thomas the Tank Engine on repeat for the entire stream. Don't think you'd do it that long. It'd be a bit much. Rob says, right, day a stick in Thomas Tank Engine thermonuclear bomb is pretty horrific. I'll go do it on my phone. Is that the one where he's a nuclear bomb? Is that right? Oh, Dom, I see that. Yeah, the one you sent me, I see all the time. I've just seen what. Yeah, cool. Is there a particular one I'm supposed to be watching here, or what? Okay, I've seen it. I've seen it. That is quite interesting. A little weird, but also quite interesting. Yeah, David did go quiet for a particular reason. Ever since we showed the black transit van with the great big dish on the top, he's been doing his Photoshop stuff. Very good it is as well. Wayne says there's vids on YouTube of for Thomas on Train Sim, so it is possible somehow. I think that's going to be one for Wayne to look into. It's not something that I could probably find or search. 54 minutes remaining on our flight. We are more than halfway over the Tasman Sea. Next land we see will be New Zealand, but it is currently under all this cloud. If you're enjoying the stream so far, do feel free to hit the like button. It does help the channel out immensely, and it helps us out more than you know. I think so. It's something to do with coding, or something to do with like potential like paint jobs or something like that. That you would have to then be able to get the face of Thomas in there. I think so. Anyway, I'm not, like I said, I'm not too clued up on it. It's 13 Dolores for base loco. Then I've got feeling a Thomas branding patch will be free for copyright. 13 Dolores, not just 12 Dolores, not just a single Dolores. No, 13 of the finest Dolores that you can find. You'd think it'd be worth it though, surely. Go around, just find out who's named Dolores, trade them in for Thomas the Tank Engine. Sarah says that's a lot of women. $13. Dom says 13 Dolores, for fuck's sake. I can only last 39 seconds with one, never mind 13. Alright, there you go. The original one pump chumps turned up. There you go. Dom's taken the crown of the old one pump chump. Dom doesn't last that long with women that they wrote the hokey cokey just for him, you know, in, out, shake it all about. Oh dear. $13. Could be worse. It could be 13 DeLoreans. We don't need spelling checks where we're going. Wayne says, I know there was reason why I'm lettuce, gherkins, bacon and tomato. Wayne's a sandwich. And pick one as well, don't be all four. Lewis says accepted the fact. I'm probably going to hell, so I'm pre-warming the oven. Oh, why? Why are you pre-warming the oven? Gemma says gherkins. I prefer garlic to this. Well, the G can be whatever you like. I like gherkins. Should probably rephrase that actually, considering the context. But I'm all about the food. Oh dear. Looks like Dick Mabbott has made an appearance again. So obviously a reason why I do these streams for the pure banter. So don't forget, we're back tomorrow from 12:15 for first of two streams tomorrow. It is the Still City Derby from 12:15. It is Sheffield United against Sheffield Wednesday. We'll be doing that one. That one is free to watch on, well, not free to watch, but you are able to watch it on Sky Sports. They're Wayne's with you in the evening. Carl says, would that be from a certain McDonald's near Salty Gash, Tom? Oh, God, no. Absolutely not. I've heard about the Salty Gash gherkins. Gemma, it is Bramall Lane tomorrow. Not Hillsborough. Oh, David, no. Sarah says, might go for women from now on. Men are getting worse. Whatever makes you happy, right? Oh God, a reminder's on its way. This chat's getting worse. I blame the mods personally. No. I blame the mentioning of what you said with lettuce, gherkins or garlic, bacon and tomato. I think that's what started it. Oh, David's doing a reminder. Not good. Oh. Oh no. So I've just seen the reminder. It's going to haunt me now. So, boys and girls, what have we learned from today's stream? We've learned that well, I say we're not a collective unit on this one, but we've managed to turn Sarah away from gherkins and over to the beans, you know, to flick beans. We've learned that Wayne's favourite sandwich is a lettuce, bacon and tomato with a gherkin thrown in, and we've also learned that David is still coming up with photoshops. So we've done well on a Saturday night to convert one, keep one, and change one. Converted David into a photoshopper. Wayne's keeping his sandwich to himself. And Sarah's changed. So we've done well for a Saturday night. Been a good night and all. Yeah, I think so. Productive, some would say. And no sloppy seconds, says Darren. I don't know about that. It's still time yet. It's been an education this evening. And we've learnt Dom has a strong dislike to cream eggs. That's not an education. That's an absolute farce. Is what that is. An absolute farce. Oil filters for Wayne, says Carl. That's called standards. None of that Poundland Easter for me. Oh, dearie me. Who knows what's going on anymore? Because I certainly don't. I certainly have no idea what's going on in these streams anymore. I know a guy and he's fuming. Fuming with a big old smiley face. Wayne says, I know why my train crashed. I went through Manchester and Carl was on the platform. It all adds up now. He nicked my wheels. No, I just think you actually I think you tipped it more than anything. They've been blaming Carl for the fact you tipped it over and it was Darlington. What's the matter with you? Long way to go to Darlington there, Wayne. Skystream Aviation's back with us. I'd say you haven't missed much, but just a whole bunch of banter. Yeah, it was Wayne that upset the locals. Didn't like Darlington Station anyway. So I figured I'd just plow his ass through it. Darlow closer than Dublin. Sorry, I couldn't afford the flight. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. Whoa, here he comes. Watch out, Wayne, he'll tip your train. Whoa, here he comes. He's a train tipper. Whoa, here Wayne comes. Watch out, boys, he'll tip your train. Whoa, here Wayne comes. He's a train tipper. Skystream says, I think I'm going to fly a route from Miami. can't think what the song's called, but I'm pretty sure the song's called Man Eater, and it certainly is. That's it. Hall of Notes, that's the one, not the Nelly Furtado one. Although I'll come up with some lyrics for that. There's also a parody one about an anteater. I'm sure Jim can help. I'm sure Jim could help. Don't doubt that one bit. So, give us some thoughts then as to what we think of the 747 SP. Yes, it's not real sounds. Yes, it's virtually based off of the 747-8. But, aesthetically, as long as we go off of that, opens up some more routes. Michael, hello to you, says, okay, firstly, hi. Secondly, the bleep is this tiny thing. This is the 747 SP, known as Special Performance, Small Plane, whatever you want to call it, as long as it's got SP in it. The SP is the 747, what the 777 LR is. It's a long-range version of the 747. Wasn't totally successful, but 44 units were built in total. Differences with this one compared to the usual 747s, the tail fin is also a lot larger to counteract with the short body, very much like the A318. A318 has a larger tail fin as opposed to standard 319s and stuff, but yeah, 747 SP, larger tail fin to balance out the aircraft. Some users VIP aircraft, indeed. I think the very last was the very last one delivered to was it the UAE as a birthday present or something, wasn't it? One of the one of the rich people. We'll go with that. One of the rich people. But the last passenger one was delivered to Iraqi Airways. UAE government, I think it was. It was brought for someone in the UAE area as a birthday present. Imagine we all get cards and standard presents. Oh, I've just bought you a 747 SP. Oh, cheers, yeah, pop it over there with the rest of them. Crazy, isn't it? Right, I'll be back in a sec. Just going to go grab a drink. My throat's getting a little dry. So I'll be back in a mo. Where's the images? Here we go. Excelente. Right, back in a minute. Okay. "23 minutes to go." We are probably maybe about 5 or 10 minutes before we start descending for Wellington. Don't forget, a week tonight we are back with Gartic Phone. We're doing games night. Which should be good fun. To be fair, it always is. What did everyone have for tea this evening? We haven't asked that question yet. What's everybody had? Right, so Dom says I'm having soup as I'm on night shift. Lee, pizza. Wayne, sandwiches and curly fries with a McDonald's style hash brown. Very nice. Gemma says roast dinner with some of the best Yorkshire puddings I've ever made. Very good. Carl, pepperoni pizza, skin on fries and garlic bread. And David says I had nachos and wine. Odd combination really, but certainly has a weekend feel to it. Very good. Not wrong with nachos. Not wrong at all. But yeah, good choices. Good choices, everybody. And lots of people going exotic, kind of exotic this evening. I'm assuming someone's had pineapple with pizza this evening. Who was it? Who's the one that had it? Wayne says multitasking in the morning, tempted to pop Christmas decorations up whilst I'm on mod duties for Dale Winton. Ah, super, the live version of Supermarket Sweep tomorrow. Oh dear, there you go. Only one person can put all those laughing emojis and put something in between them. Jim, evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Says Man City, laughing. Breathe in, laughing. 5 clear now at the top. Yes, Liverpool beat Aston Villa 2-0 and go 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Lee says not me for once. Carl says not for him. Oh, so that's no more pineapple on pizza. But Wayne did say. Oh, hold on, everyone. It was Wayne. Wayne was the one. Wayne was the one that had pineapple on his pizza yesterday. Oh! Oh my goodness me. No. Oh my good lord, no. I had Domino's pick your own toppings yesterday. Sausage, bacon and pineapple. Oh fucking hell. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, dearie me. No, not sausage. Sausage, bacon and pineapple. I can't think of anything worse. Oh, sausage, bacon and pineapple. What a way to ruin a Domino's. Gets worse. Yeah, mushrooms as well. I don't mind mushrooms, but the thought of having bacon, sausage, mushrooms, cool, nice, good combo. Pineapple. Oh. Oh, good lord. It's like scheduling a meeting with God on the toilet in the morning, isn't it? Lewis says, you just know the toilet was pebble dashed after that. Alright, cold one out like Rob Brown. David says, never mind Liverpool at the top of the Premier League. Have you seen the top of the Scottish table? It's been a while. Hold on. I have been keeping up with it, just haven't done that today. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Aberdeen, top of the table. Very nicely. Very good start to the season for Aberdeen. Very good. 11 games played, 10-1, 1 draw, and 0 losses. Very good. Right, we need to descend because I totally wasn't paying attention. So here we go. So welcome then to New Zealand. Our nearest sort of place to us is Nelson. We've been there before with the ATR. We are now over land. Gemma says I forgot to do my FPL again this weekend. Luckily, I managed to do mine, and I cost myself a few points as well. I don't know how. I've got 32 points from today. Carl got 29, Sarah got 14, Gemma got 28, and Rob got 30. So good, healthy amount of points coming from today's round of games. Can all change, of course. David says, I think it's only Aberdeen and Celtic that remain unbeaten in the UK this season. That's a great shout. Let's have a look. If we're going to go for the men's game, I will say yes. Yep. It is Yeah, Celtic and Aberdeen are the only ones that are unbeaten. Yep, that is factually correct. No, that is totally correct. Aberdeen and Celtic, the only ones unbeaten in England and Scotland. It's a hell of a start to the season for Aberdeen, though. I don't think anybody was predicting that to happen. But it makes it a little bit more interesting now that Celtic have got some competition. Won't last long though, and Celtic will just run away with it. Wayne says then on the opposite side, the only team not to win is West Ham and Everton. No, the only team that hasn't won in the Premier League is Ipswich. Wolves picked up their first win of the season this afternoon. Jim says, what? You mean the mighty Gills aren't unbeaten? What, you mean the best team in the world? No. I mean, here's how funny that gets, by the way. I watched the review. Port Vale are struggling in the league, don't you know? I mean, for a Port Vale team that are struggling, I mean, they're not doing too badly sitting in first place considering they're struggling. And 3 points clear at the top of the table, but they are massively struggling, clearly. They're struggling to win games. You know, they've played 15, won 9, drawn 3, lost 3. So, you know, they're definitely struggling at the top of the table. Jim says best goalkeeper, haven't they? Oh yeah, best goalkeeper in the world. Best goalkeeper in the world. Didn't even fucking play today. That's how good that goalkeeper is. He's that good. He didn't even play today. Forget your Allisons, forget your Edisons, forget your Thibaut Courtois, forget your Gianluigi Donnarummas, forget your, you know, David De Gea's, forget your Jordan Pickfords. No, Glenn Morris is the best goalkeeper in the world while he sits on the bench. And a struggling Port Vale side who are top of the table and are still flying even though they've lost 3 games this season. Totally struggling. A little bit of research goes a long way. So descending currently through beautiful landscape of New Zealand. Will we be able to see it from here, or is the cloud going to block it? No, cloud's blocking it at the moment, but Wellington ain't too far away. David says, I'm not being funny, but I'm sure Gillingham once had a manager called Brian Shite. Amazing coincidence, really. I just can't. I do it purely for the shits and gigs, but I can't deal with the lack of the lack of accuracy. So let's have a look here, by the way. So at the moment, yeah, so Port Vale top of the table by 3 points from Walsall, Notts County and Doncaster, who are both on 27 points. Port Vale are on 30 points. Definitely struggling. Seven points clear of 8th place Gillingham, who Gillingham sit outside the playoff places. Port Vale are definitely struggling. The inner football fan in me just laughs at the inaccuracy. It just goes to show how much more of a fake fan it is. And I'm also not afraid to sit here and say that. Spoiler alert, no one got a photo with him. Oh dear. Never mind. That also was what I muted my microphone there just to kind of gauge a listening. Right, hang on. Mute the mic again. 2 secs. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Right, we've got the speed brakes open because we are going to help ourselves slow down here. How far out are we? We can get ourselves down, let's do it. try and slow us up a little bit because we are nearing our approach. More plastic in him than Michael Jackson. Oof. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, the approach is an interesting one. We can probably start to actually slow ourselves up for the descent now because we are descending quite quickly. So let's do that. Let's slow our descent up a little bit. Yeah, it's an interesting approach this evening. It's almost like right, then a sharp left, and then a right again. So this could get quite tasty. If you're wondering, the talk lasted all of 30 seconds about today's game before it moved on to everything else. But then you weren't wondering that, so why have I told you? So speed brakes just to help us slow down. I'm going to get the replay up ready for the approach here. Behind over here somewhere. Can't see because of the cloud. That is us down there somewhere. Right, so we are probably getting a little bit closer to it. 6,000 feet now. We can probably, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll hold it at 5. So runway 34 today. Just hold it at 5,000 for the minute. Don't need to go any lower than that for the moment. But the approach is a fascinating one. The airport itself is a fascinating one as well because there's no real room to overrun, basically. So we've begun our first of our turns. It's going to be a bit of a sharp one, then we go in. So let's get 3,000 ready. And then let's do it slowly. Bring it back down to let's bring it to 220. So there's a sharp left on its way. Flaps extending. Time to get your landing predictions in. What are we predicting today? We're actually going to bring the speed down to 200. Darren, I mean, I got through maybe the first 30, 45 seconds of that. There was quite a few. I lost count after about 5. Gemma's got 163 for a landing replay. Oh my god. Looking quite tasty going over the land here. But why not? Nice. We'll take the scenic route. Looking quite tasty. I believe our airport is like there. So we'll probably try and hand fly this in a sec. Once we begin the turn round, that's when we'll do it. Gemma 163, Carl 147, and Wayne gone for a 175. Landing replays on. I'm going into full screen now, and let's get the music off. Beautiful scenic route. Yeah, our airport is down here. My eyes. Landscape is popping, says Carl. It's the beauty of having got an Ultra. It's looking fabulous. Let's get some more flaps in there. Probably need to get a little lower out the cloud, but we'll do that once we begin our turn, which is happening now. So whilst we do that, let's get ourselves down to 2,500 feet. Bring us back to 180. Get us lower below the clouds. So our airport should be there. Gear down, we'll get some more flaps in.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
We're in control. Auto brake onto 2. Down there, we got it. And a slight panic then. Right, full flaps. Get the aircraft into idle. So we've got 20. I can just about see the numbers. 28 knots of crosswind. It is taking us off course. David going for 191. Bit of rudder action there. Not overly sure why we started there. Whoa. Scenery loading, perhaps. We've only got auto thingies on at the moment. Foot brake on now. Slow down even further. We're off the foot brake. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wellington. Not entirely sure why we started there. I'm assuming the vehicles you can see going around the airport barrier on the roads were the reason for it. But welcome to Wellington. Tricky with the wind, but we managed to deal with it. A route that the 747 SP did back in the day. Another one ticked off the list. Can't work out why we started then. Because at the moment, as you can see, it's not stuttering. So I think it is these vehicles that are causing that little bit of a stutter just then. That is road traffic that you saw there. Right, let's taxi. I'll be very interested to have a look at the replay. But 128 landed just before the touchdown zone, which is absolutely fine with us. Landing force of 1.13 according to this. Volanta, a little bit harder, but I'm not trusting Volanta. Oh! ATR coming in the opposite way. Sorry, Caravan coming in the opposite way. That's not the way you should be coming in. Mind you, it's a Caravan. It can come in any way it likes. So we've got a few aircraft on the ground here. We've got some Air New Zealand Dash 8s. These are part of the scenery, so these will never fly. This A320 will fly because that is part of the traffic add-on. The Caravan got off very quickly there as well. That's also what she said. There goes the little Caravan. To be fair, I thought there were remote stands. There isn't, so we're going to go take a gate here. Brilliant landing, says David. Thank you. Awesome landing, says Carl. Thank you. weren't too bad. Little stutter there, sort of killed it a little bit, but not tremendously. But Wellington, one of my favourite airports to fly into, just purely because of the landing challenge that you can have with this aeroplane. With this airport. Beautiful. And our first flight on the streams with the SP is ticked off the list. We can beautiful. There we go. Parking brake on. So Volanta had it down at 275, which I don't trust at all, because it felt a hell of a lot smoother than that. Let's end the flight on Volanta. Let's show you the details. Lee, thanks for watching. See you real soon. I don't trust Volanta. I don't trust Volanta at all with this. So I'm going to ignore the landing rating. But here we go. So flight time today was 2 hours and 32 minutes with a block time of 2 hours and 48 minutes. The G-force landing is the one I'm more interested in, which is 1.01. And of course, with the landing rating that we saw of 128, you know exactly what that means.
150, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Why, man, I tell you, that was utter butter. That was. Going down the tune after that.
Lovely stuff. Right, you also know what it means. If you're leaving us now, thank you for watching. If you haven't done already, when you grab your things to leave the aeroplane, do feel free to drop a like as well on your way out. It would be immensely appreciated, and of course helps the channel out immensely. For those that are sticking around for the replay, that is about to happen now.
Couldn't find valid airport data at this position. Services are not available.
Boys and girls, thank you for a wonderful evening. I'm back tomorrow from 12:15 for Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United's derby game. Wayne's with you in the evening tomorrow. But all that is left to say is big thank you to you all for watching, and look after yourselves and each other. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday night. And for myself and Wayne, it is a very, very good evening to you all, and a bye-bye for now. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.